So firstly, apologies I couldn't attend the IoT Roundtable at CES early this year. So coming back to the IoT and the importance to the vehicle, it's very important. We're seeing a number of changes happening in the industry, and interoperability is very key, and it's been key for a number of years since Bluetooth telephony, where I needed to make sure my phone and my car worked with a number of different devices. Now if we move forwards into IoT, we're seeing a lot of products for our home, for when we're walking on our mobile devices and our cars. And what we need is all of these devices to work together, because I might have different products from home, and obviously I'll have different vehicles. I may change from a Jaguar or a Land Rover. Now, looking back at my home, I might have a heating system from a provider, a lighting system from another provider. But when I want those seamless, elegant experiences when I elegantly arrive at home or leave, I want all of the systems to work together in harmony. Standardization helps us do that, and it allows us to then create and use that standardization to create those elegant experiences that are in the car, allowing you to have the driver distraction feel in the car, so you can keep your eyes on the road, use the services, and obviously develop further for the future. So interoperability is key, as I mentioned earlier, and in the past a product would work with another product, but what we need to do is bring the will together of all the devices that are out there and make sure that they work seamlessly. Standardization is key to make all of this work, and we're starting to see that come about. It allows each manufacturer of a device, a IoT device, both for home or personal, and again for us in our vehicle, to talk to each other through cloud services, allowing us to switch things on, turn them off, and even change my preferences, such as my heating at home or my other climate settings. It's going to be the strength of the standardization that helps us to get better products that work constantly all the time going forwards. So it's key, and one of the parts that we play is to make sure that the elements that we have in our cars have those standardization hooks to allow us to work with some of those advanced developers for the future. Now we've done some of that already by working with some of the major players out there, such as here for navigation systems, and obviously for our silicon technology with Intel. And you'll see more of that coming through over our products as we launch more connected services. So we've seen standardization really help us, and in the automotive that's been happening ever since Bluetooth come in. Now we have Wi-Fi to make sure that my Wi-Fi devices at home work as well in the vehicle. Now standardization is really going to help us to move a lot faster, but that also comes back to our platforms. And one of the things that we've been focusing at Jaguar Land Rover is to make sure that we've got good platforms that we can build upon, such as our new infotainment system, InControl Touch, where we can bring in new services or new apps through InControl apps, or interact with our vehicle seamlessly. Now, by having standards and an SDK, we can actually work with our third-party developers to bring those new experiences, from audiobooks to navigation services to music, and add that touch of innovation by linking in some of these services together. Now, we all play a part in having standardization. You mentioned AllJoyn earlier. Now, AllJoyn's one great standard. There's Bluetooth, but there's a key piece that we've been taking part which is within the W3C forum. Now that allows us to bring our HTML5 platform for InControl Touch Pro to bring in new apps, so we can over the air update apps and new standards to create innovative experiences much faster, keeping our cars updated and refreshed for today, but also for tomorrow. So data is key, and data is key for the vehicle going forwards, but most importantly is the privacy of our users' data and customers. And it's key for us that we always have the opt-in strategy as we have today, so the user understands the services and knows what they're opting in for. Now if we bring that to the future with potential advertising and what's going to happen in the future, there are a number of elements, but this is not new. This has been happening in the industry for a number of years. Think of the radio. We all listen and enjoy the radio in the car. Now, there are certain stations that have more adverts and I can choose to listen to them, and there are certain stations that don't have adverts and I may choose to listen to them. But as we move forward to the IoT world, those changes are going to become a little bit different, and there are ways in which we can make them seamless for our user. I'll give you one example of a solution that we have today. And that one example is the Just Drive app. Now, when I drive from, let's say, home to work, I may need to take a break and stop for coffee. I can simply say to the system, find coffee, it will find me coffee along my route. Now, if the system knew my preferences, it may show a coffee stop or a place that I need to stop that I regularly like. It also may provide me offers. It might not give me that offers while I'm driving, but once the vehicle recognises I've stopped, it can then give me those relevant offers that are available just before I enter the coffee shop. So it's all about giving the information that the user wants, when they need it, at the right time. That allows our customers, both in Jaguar Land Rover cars, to have their eyes on the road, find the places that they want, and then enjoy the services through the partnerships that we're creating. So data security is very important, and it's something we take very seriously at Jaguar Land Rover through the work that we do internally, but also the partners that we work with. Now, as we go forwards and we bring IoT products and we link them in, we will continue to build that security through products and standardization, making sure that security is applied, tested, but also retested on a continual basis. The world we live in, with cloud connectivity and a number of services available, are continually changing. And that's exactly what we do at Jaguar Land Rover with our partners. We test our products, we review them, but we continually check them on an ongoing basis to make it sure that any product or any service that you use from or within your vehicle are protected from all of the systems in the vehicle, but also when you interact with your vehicle remotely, such as preconditioning your vehicle, checking where you parked it, and so forth. As I mentioned, it's very important, and it's something that we will collaborate further with more partners as more technology solutions come about in the consumer age that we're living in. So CES, as every year, is always fantastic, and it's really enjoyable to be there and to be part of the stories and seeing what's emerging through the next year or so. This year was quite exciting from a perspective, not a single piece of technology, but from the theme. We're seeing more and more automotive relevant technology being available from OEMs and the partners that we work with. And even again, this year, we had a number of Jaguar Land Rover vehicles available on stands. We had the Range Rover Virk at the here stand, as well as the 16 model year XJ, showcasing our new InControl touch system with the collaboration on here. We also had a Jaguar F-Pace on the Intel stand, which spoke about the potential of smart homes in the future. So bringing back IoT in, how you may interact seamlessly with your car and your home in the future, and showing how that partner collaboration is getting tighter and tighter. At the same time, obviously, we're always at CES meeting existing and new partners, and new partnerships are always being formed, from operating systems, from app developers, to even platform hardware. The key thing from us is to see the pull and the excitement from the consumer perspective. At the end of the day, it is a consumer electronics show, and it's key that the end consumers see how technology is important for automotive, but also to see how it's been applied. At the same time, with this topic of IoT, we were seeing a number of IoT technologies being emerged. And obviously, naturally, over time, we're going to see more of that technology being standardized. So it works well with its own ecosystem, but it works well with other ecosystems too. And the task that we have is to make sure it works with our ecosystem, our vehicles. So it's an exciting time. It's a changing landscape, but automotive is definitely there, has a stronghold, and will continue to in the eyes of the end customer.